Avengers Endgame is the finale to the 22-film-long Infinity Saga. We all know about it, it's been ridiculously hyped up, it crashed websites all over the world with people trying to get tickets, and it is finally here. And this is a non-spoiler review, so don't worry, I checked my notes, there are absolutely no spoilers in this review, and that's a promise. And so here are my thoughts on one of the biggest, if not the biggest film of all time. It's quite hard to think of what to say for this film. I've seen it twice already at the time of recording, and it's my favourite film in the MCU by quite a bit, and one of my favourite superhero films ever. It's an incredible ensemble film, and it's a satisfying, perfect, riveting, emotional, and thrilling end to the Infinity Saga. It has many callbacks and references to past MCU films, which are highly rewarding for myself and fans. And it shows a real dedication and thankfulness towards the fans that I haven't seen any other franchises do. And it really feels like a huge thank you from Marvel for making the MCU what it is and being with it the whole way through. The whole cast is perfect, as they always are in the Avengers films. They know and love their characters so much that they put everything into each action, facial movement and every tiny detail that they do in their performance. The CGI is flawless. Usually I'll notice a few dodgy moments the second time around, but I still spotted no issues whatsoever. This is some of the best CGI in the MCU, and based on Infinity War, that is saying something. Alan Silvestri's swooping, epic, emotional score is one for the ages. He uses and adds to his best themes from Infinity War in a way that's really moving and heart-wrenching, especially in one very, very emotional scene. The action is fantastically staged and choreographed, and the action truly feels like sprawling, evolving and epic battles. You know what's happening, where it's happening, and there's a real through line to each action scene that makes me able to really remember each action scene in my head without having to watch the film again. And certain characters get a lot of development in this film, which adds to certain emotional scenes due to our new and previous emotions we had for them, especially Hawkeye, who, based on his absence in Infinity War, gets a lot more to do here than he has in previous Avengers films. And the film is surprisingly funny too. I didn't expect as much humour, as the film is much darker, but it's one of the funnier MCU entries, with one particular scene causing an absolute roar of laughter in the audience, both times that I saw it. Part of the humour is the callbacks and references to past MCU films by giving closure to jokes that were left open-ended. And there are some great, cheer-worthy moments, especially in the final act, that surpass Thor's entrance in Wakanda in Infinity War by a million miles. Much has been made of the film's meaty 3-hour runtime, but it's just such a fantastic film that it only feels like 2, and it can be very daunting to some people, the fact they've got to sit through a 3-hour long film, not talk, try to not get out of their seat, but it's really not that bad. It really feels like 2 hours, and I can understand how it's 3, but it's so fantastically paced, put together, structured, and just a fantastic film in general that it only feels like 2 or so. And my only minor flaw with the film is that it has a minor case of Return of the King syndrome. And for those of you who don't know what Return of the King syndrome is, it's where a film ends multiple times, and often these big endings to trilogies or franchises often have this. And this one ends about 3 times, which isn't that bad, but it does need to in order to fit in an important character beat that is really heartfelt and really emotional, and it does really make me feel quite emotional whenever I think back to that character beat that they set up in the final scenes. However, I'm still going to give Avengers Endgame a 10 out of 10. This is my new drawn favourite film of the year with How to Train Your Dragon 3, maybe even my favourite, as it's a satisfying, riveting, emotional and utterly visceral end to the Infinity Saga. And to be honest, I don't really need any more Marvel films. I'm happy that we are, but if they ended here, they couldn't have ended it any better and I wouldn't need any more. That was my review of Avengers Endgame, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.